cylinder.
And I'm Kel Maben, driver of the number 17 Legend car.
And I'm Levi Moores, driver of the M80 Legend car.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back another week here, another episode of Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. I'm here with my two buddies, Kel and Levi. What's going on, guys?
Not much, bud. What's going on?
Same stuff. You know how it is. Right now, it's in the middle of a snowstorm, so uh, hoping it's not going to be nearly as bad as what they say.
Yeah.
We can second that with our area. It's I'm looking right out my window right now and seeing it snowing.
Yeah, I've heard a foot. I've heard 2 feet. So if it's
Wow.
if it's 2-3 inches, I'll be happy. But I think we already got that. So it only started snowing about an hour ago. But
That's about when it started snowing here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Which is funny is Kale got it a lot sooner than I did, and we're not that far apart from each other. When he was getting snow, I was still getting rain, and I'm only like 20 minutes down the road from him.
Yeah, it's crazy how it can work out. For sure, but I mean, I know, coming to the actual racing side of things, I haven't really done much at all with either car. Just kind of in limbo mode right now, with it being a lot of different stuff going on, work and such. So, but we'll be at it soon. I mean, heck, we got 3 months. So you say that now until we start talking 2 months down the road. But
right.
Have you guys done anything?
I haven't done anything this last week, but I think Levi is getting close on his. What do you think, Levi?
Yeah, I've got. Yesterday I rehung all 4 of my fenders. Both running boards, got the Nerf bars repainted. Almost got the paint scheme done on it. Like, it's just touching up a couple places that the paint chipped back out. Just that's a whole another argument that I can take you all down forever. I am not happy with the way the old paint handled on the body. But it's pretty much all I got to do is just bolt my headers back on, change the wheel out, and that thing's ready to go back to the track.
Oh, look at that. Levi's about done, ready to head to the track. I am like still 2 cars, tore apart. So that's hilarious. But that's good. That's glad. Hey, you're on the ball and you're getting everything done. So that's good.
Yeah, just on top of that too, like that, I took a little bit of time yesterday when I was working. I got several of the pieces off of Kale's car where we're getting ready to get it reclipped. I think the only thing we have to do to it before it's ready to go to that point is just remove the body, which it's just a few rivets we just got to drill out and lift it off. Probably going to leave the door panels on it. Just one less thing we got to take off. If they're in the way, all we got to do is swing a door out of the way. So once we get that done, his will be pretty quick to get back together and ready to hit the track too. So we're not too far behind on the ball on where we wanted to be at this point.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, well, in other news, I mean, I don't know if anybody caught it last week. The second week of the Blood Eagle Racing League on iRacing. It's alright. Not a huge fan of that track. I like it because it's like weird and quirky. It's real narrow, and then the turns are wide. But racing wise, complete and total trash. It was single groove the whole time. Um, it was pretty much just the top was so dominant. From beginning to finish, there was not even any transition. Like in the Weed Sport race, there was a transition from high to low. But it was who found it first, and kind of like battling for position on the track. But there, it was just top dominant the whole time. Didn't matter. I mean, we were running some practice races during the week for Williams Grove, and it was like I said, up in the air. It was never really acted like that, but um, it just sucked. Like I said, the race got track condition wise. So, but I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? It's done and over with, and on to next week. It was
at least now.
What's that?
I was gonna say at least now we're going to start into a leg of tracks that we're all familiar with and have no issues with or anything like that. So I mean, well, we still have issues with them, but it's going to be ones we're more familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, we got the next 4 up on the schedule, which actually really one of them we really haven't run that much. at the Bristol. We didn't. Yeah, I mean, I think I had to set up a pretty good set for that when it first came out, and then I kind of.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That we had a pretty big break since the new tire model came out. Because I mean, we were running that track just about every night when it first came out.
Yeah, I mean, I have even old streams. We were running that with street stocks and 358s. Um, so, but we have Volusia coming up this week. My favorite track, even though it does not run like it used to, and I don't care what anyone says. That bottom don't come in like it used to. I've raced it twice in other hosted sessions, and it has been top, middle, and top dominant the whole time. And it used to never be like that. So it just goes to show with a different tire model on there what it's actually doing. So, well, we got Volusia, Knoxville, Lernerville, and Bristol. Number to 4. Knoxville, Volusia, Lernerville. We're pretty familiar with. Um, Actually, I do have some iRacing news that I was reading up on the other day. We'll get into that in a second. But with this whole Volusia thing, I don't know, what you guys are looking forward to or not about it, but
I always look forward to Volusia. It's a fun track to run, regardless if I'm sucking or if I'm actually doing somewhat decent.
I don't like that track.
yeah, I think it's the best racing track. I mean that's with how the lines come in. I mean, I could show you clip after clip, replay after replay of in a 40 lap race, lap 15 to 40. I'm side by side with someone the whole time, and it's kind of like just whose car is coming off better, and just seeing that. I mean, I don't know what to. I've messed around a little bit with setup on Volusia, not anywhere near where I used to be, but still running decent times. And it's just like I said, how before. I mean, it's going to be kind of fun to see how it plays out. But before, it used to be, even in that chicken. Actually, we'll have him on here in a second. Our hostess this week. He's last week's winner, Cole DeMint. We're gonna have him on here, and whenever we did the Chicken Bone Alley series last year, all of us, he actually ended up beating me. He finished first, I finished second. He found the bottom first, and I kind of got, I think I started fifth or something. I can't remember, but I don't think it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna be, crazy to see how it's gonna shape out. But if nobody did, before I forget, if nobody did catch last week's race, it's on YouTube, HAR Esports TV. And with old Ron Powell's over there, and it's also on Facebook. We shared it up. It's on their Facebook page, HAR TV Esports or Esports TV. So check him out. Show him some love over there. He does a good job, and it's pretty fun. So
I'm still mad from last week.
yeah, old Cal's mad. He had some trouble on a racetrack, and we didn't have an admin, and he was calling it out, but he forgot I was not in the Discord, so I did not throw the caution because I didn't know.
Twice.
Once. Well,
Twice.
I
got wrecked twice, and no caution was thrown. But other people had single car spin outs, and they said, we're not going to throw cautions on single car spin outs, but they did. And I was in a big wreck, turned sideways, turned backwards, everything. No caution. What?
Yeah, he's
in a big old wreck.
Just so everyone knows, Cal, when he says they and them and all that, he's talking about me because I'm the main admin on the race. So, but I do think I actually got 2 messages back. I'm pretty sure we did find a admin for this coming Tuesday. So that ain't gonna happen anymore. So it was a mistake.
Well, I know it ain't gonna happen.
And it was yeah. I mean, you guys have to come across race control and say, hey, we got a pilot back here, not 3 laps down the road, because you can even yell cool on that one, because he says no, the track's clear. Don't throw it.
I
Which
know. From now on, if I get wrecked, I'm sitting there. I'm not moving.
yeah, that's another good thing too. Sit there until we throw it, because that will definitely help out as well. But yeah, I mean we changed some rules for this week, due to that really not having just having race admins. It doesn't really can't catch it all. So with that,
It's hard on the race admins.
I mean, all it is for me is pushing a button. But like I said, if I don't know, then I'm not just going to just throw a caution. But we are going to limit. We're going to have to probably limit how many cautions we're going to throw, because we can't have a wreck fest and no one claims them, so we can't have it go against them to where we can disqualify them later. That's what I'm saying. With this admin,
Well,
it should run smoother, because the admin will put the caution on. It's going to be like the tower in a real race. He's going to put the caution on somebody, and then once they get to 2, they're done for the night. They're going to go park it on a trailer. So
all right.
that's how it should be.
But we need to take out the single car spins, though. If somebody spins out a single car, keep the race going.
Yeah.
Not throw a caution.
I don't think there was many of them. I think the one was Bryce.
The 418 spun out in 3 and 4. The 422 spun out single car. The 18 spun out. How many more you want me to keep going?
Yeah, that's right. I did spin out. I forgot about that. I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
But you threw a caution for that.
I did. Yeah, because I saw it. Because I was in it.
Yeah. But not me, since I'm turned around backwards. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing about this last race. My very best race I've ever had in a Blood Eagle race, for one, or Chicken Bone Alley race. I get up there close. I know I wasn't going to win. Cole was doing great, but I was wanting the top 5, and that's where I was running, and got taken out. I think everybody was just scared.
Everyone was scared of the 17.
That's right, bro.
Everyone was scared of the 17.
All right, my rant is done. On to next week.
I was gonna say, I just finished popping the thing of popcorn. You older man. My evening right there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. All right,
That's funny.
But speaking of Cole, let's get him in here. I know we got him waiting on the other line, so let's bring in Cole DeMint. All right, we're on the phone here. We got Cole DeMint. Cole, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Second time on the podcast. First time on the podcast as a winner of the Chicken Bone Alley. We just said that. The Blood Eagle Racing League. And it's good to have you on, man.
Yeah, it's good to be on. Chicken Bone. It threw me off, man. Threw me off on that. Nah, we love them guys.
Oh yeah. So Cole, going into the race, we of course you are the winner for this last week's race. Well, how the whole race feel for you? I mean, it did turn into felt like it was one groove racing, but I was all the way in the back. So how'd it feel being up there in the front running the show?
That's nothing new for you, is it, Levi?
No, it's not.
Oh, sorry. Nah, giving it. I had to. Sorry, brother. Now going in, I was, we all ran a couple of practice races and practice sessions, and I was a little nervous because, we had such a good week the first week that I didn't think it was going to be anything like it turned out. I say we, all of us here, we didn't really have the speed that some of them guys had, and not even close speed wise. And but the setup that Tyler and you all tweaked on, like I said on the broadcast, I don't know if it had the single lap speed, but once it slickened off a little bit, it was racy, and it was about avoiding a lot of them wrecks. And once I was able to get out front, I had a good battle there up front. I can't remember who it was now, but we had a good
Cade.
battle up front.
Cade.
Yes, correct. And but once I was able to get out front, and iRacing quit messing up with their timing and scoring at a caution like they always do. It was gonna be hard to pass. Mainly the track lends to that, but also the setup was good enough to where once you were out front, it was going to be hard for someone to get by you. So overall, I mean, I'm very happy with it because going in, wasn't expecting a win by any means. I would have thought maybe the prior week at Weed Sport, we showed a lot of speed, and I thought one of us would have picked it off then. But definitely going into the to the Grove, I was hoping for myself a top 5 run, just because some of them guys in the practice races and practice sessions, they were just so much faster. But it's not about one lap or a single lap. It's you got to be able to put 30 or 40 of them together.
Good deal. Well, carrying off that momentum, how you feel about us going into Volusia this upcoming week?
Pretty good, actually. We always seem to run good at Volusia. I know picked up a chicken bone alley win about a year ago, I'd say it was when we ran that. And then any race we ever hop in, pretty good. But also, I feel like everyone else is really good there too. Maybe just because it was one, the first tracks that most people have majority of laps on. But yeah, I feel fairly confident going in, but there's definitely probably 6 to 8 that could legitimately go out there and win it, and it wouldn't be a shock by any means. So it's definitely going to be a competitive race.
That's awesome, man. Forgot about the question I was going to ask you. So getting off the race last week, how often do you iRace? Just, for the fans out there, how often do you sit down and play the game?
Right. Now that's a good question. Not as much as I used to. When I first got it about 2 years ago now, it was a lot of hours put into it. But here lately, it's just I've done it more in the last probably month, just because I knew this league was coming up open, and mainly it's a lot of guys like you. When you guys race yourselves throughout the summer, you don't have time to hop on the computer. You're in the garage, so it's one of them deals where it's a lot more fun when you have friends to do it with. You hang in the Discord, turn a couple laps. So with the winter months, I've done a lot more recently, just like you all have too. But yeah, moving forward, I would say there's shoot, man, it's hard to it's whatever I feel like doing. Some days you guys are probably the same too, where it's you're looking forward to getting off work to be on iRacing the whole evening. And then there's other times where you might not fire it up for an entire week. I mean, it's one of them things where it kind of whatever piques your interest or whatever you feel like doing for at that moment.
I noticed you've been playing a little bit of Warzone quite a bit lately.
Yeah, well, I had, as you guys know, I had internet issues there for a couple months now. Going back, and there was Warzone, then the new Call of Duty came out around that time, and I thought it was on their end, connection issues, when it ended up being on my end. So I'm actually being able to play some games without having packet loss, which is kind of rejuvenated my interest in them. So,
well, I mean, there were several times we were in test sessions. You were like, Levi, am I blinking on your end, or is it just me?
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. My quality would just drop, and pace truck would be bouncing everywhere. And I hate a blinker on the track. No one can. It's not anyone's fault. It's the product of what it is. But having a blinker is the most annoying thing you can have on iRacing, and I didn't want to be that guy. So it was like you said, it was like every race. It was, Levi, am I blinking? No, well, it feels like I am.
I mean, it was still like, well, of course, it was probably like the second or third time he had lapped me when you was asking me that. But no, there was never an issue on our end. It was like, this is not feeling like something's not right with this.
Right. That's the grip packs. They take so much internet bandwidth.
And you still have.
That's a joke. That is a joke.
I was gonna ask about the part about the sauce.
No, it's all good.
So you ready for this weekend? Or this Tuesday night, Volusia?
Yeah,
you like?
yeah.
I know. I know you touched on it a while ago, but I mean, do you really like that track, or is there another track that you're looking forward to in our series?
Right, yeah. I appreciate you asking the same question, Kale. Really appreciate it. No, I'm giving you a hard time.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
no, I got you.
I know
I got
you're
you.
good at Volusia, but I mean, is this a track that you're really looking forward to, or is another one down in our season that you're really looking forward to? You know what I mean?
Right. Now, I'll be honest, guys. I don't even know what the schedule is week to week. It's just, I just kind of take it as the week goes. You guys tell me where we're racing, and that's where we race. I haven't even looked at it.
I guess that's probably...
I mean, there's other tracks that that I enjoy racing more. Eldora is Eldora, obviously. Knoxville depends on what car you're running. I think a lot of it is whatever the car you're running is. So like Volusia in a street stock is a lot more fun to me than say Volusia in, I don't know, in a sprint car. Like I don't do very well in a sprint there. The first race I hadn't even ran Weed Sport, but as much fun as I had in the street stock there, I don't know if I would ever have as much fun in a different vehicle, in a different class at that track. And a lot of it, like going back to what I said, is running that league and being with people that your friends, your buddies, hanging in the Discord. That adds a lot to it as well. It's you try and take it serious, and some guys get a little bit more mad than others about cautions not being thrown and stuff. But it's still fun because you know the people, and you can tell them how you really feel in the moment, and that's what it mainly is. It's like I have fun with it, but it's the hanging out, I don't know, camaraderie, I guess you could say, of
there's something to do.
Racing. Something to do. There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Hey, you talking about that Discord and all that can either be a blessing or a curse, because sometimes being out in the track in the car by yourself, you kind of have some time to cool off whenever something like that happens.
Yeah, there's sometimes where you can't really tell someone how you feel, even if you really want to. But most of the people get the gist whenever you go silent. It's caution, 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 and then there's silence. You just know that someone's probably not the happiest right now. Or if they just leave as soon as the race is over, it's disconnected and gone, and it's okay. Well, talk to them in a few days. Yeah, it's.
I would never do anything like that.
No, I've never seen it happen either. That's just what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, I agree though. We were talking about this before. We talked about the Chicken Bone Alley with me and you last year, and kind of what I touched on with Volusia was that it's the perfect size. My opinion, it's not too big. It's technically it's a half mile, but it's not like a Knoxville, and it's not like a Limaland. It's a mix between them both. That's why I like it, 'cause I like that size of track, to where you're getting good speed. There's room. There's multiple lines. That's what I like. Like Fairbury's too small. You're either running the top or you're barely even going anywhere on the bottom. That will happen sometimes, and Limaland's the same way. Limaland's real tight. You gotta. It's more caution prone. So, but yeah, no, we're looking forward to it, and to get back at it here on Tuesday at 8. We changed the time for the Central guys, and so you got anything else going on, Cole?
No, that's about it, man. It's just life's moving on, and got some things cooking in the background, so
good deal.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, looking forward to Tuesday, and I'm sure we'll run a couple practice races. And like I said, said on the broadcast, if it wasn't for you, Tyler, and Levi and Kale, as much as you guys do, like I literally show up pretty much on race day and ask for a setup and go out and race it. And as much as I may think that I'm decent at iRacing, when it comes to an open setup race, setup is so important. And so if it wasn't for you guys, I would be middle to back of the pack, probably struggling. So I can't, I just, appreciate you guys doing that and just, sending it over, because it, being competitive makes it a lot more fun. That's for sure.
Tyler, now we know how to beat him. Don't send him no setups.
Well, the one thing is pretty much the setups that we run is just the setup that we ran last week, just tuned, so he'll figure it out. He's
All right.
got
Well,
it
make
now.
sure you make sure you send Kale his, because I don't think he's got one yet this year.
Oh. Oh.
Man,
You
he
hear
held
that?
out for
That
That
blood.
thud in the background is the mic being dropped.
That was. Oh man.
Man.
Uh,
But yeah, hey, we like I said, we appreciate you coming on, and I don't know if I'm going to take you out this week so you don't win. So so we probably won't talk to you next week. Have you on here?
oh, you're
next
gonna buy me dinner, man? That's so thoughtful of you. That is so thoughtful.
But, all right, well we'll catch you later, Cole, and thanks for coming on, man.
No problem. Stay warm, guys.
All right, brother.
And that was our buddy Cole DeMint, First Guardian. He's an official sponsor of the Blood Eagle Racing podcast, and we appreciate him coming on. And good job that he did last week at Williams Grove. But heading into some news here, I know I got only two things. I got one that's iRacing related, that is on their official website. It's about two tracks that's going to be coming in the future builds. One is I-55 on the dirt side, and Port Royal. So I know they scanned that stuff a long time ago, but they said this year they're coming out in the future builds. That was just posted 2 days ago on the 14th. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see which one comes out first, and it should be a pretty good time. So I'm close to Port Royal, but I've never actually even went to Port Royal because they don't race 4-cylinders. So, but it's cool to have a track locally that will be on iRacing, just like Lernerville and Williams Grove.
Yeah, that's cool. I know whenever they do release them, man, it's going to be. I mean, all the hosted races for the next few weeks would be mainly those new tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I'm looking forward to the tracks, I just can't wait for the two cars to come out. It's official, unofficial, but if Dell Jr. is saying it on to Trading Paints. Trading Paints is what we use for our paint schemes on our cars. So if Dell Jr. is telling them these are the two cars that are coming out, then it's going to be them two cars. I mean, it's just it's not on their website, but hearing from him, that's a pretty reputable source. And then going on to the actual racing side of things, I mean, I kind of keeping up to date. SCDRA Northeast is still getting a lot of stuff posted on their Facebook page. I know they just got some a new sponsor, Lizard Lit Pit Lights. That's pretty cool. I know a few guys have them. Man, they brighten some stuff up. But I know one of the big rule things. A lot of guys, for some reason, I'm guessing for aerodynamic reasons, but they were sealing off the passenger side window with tin or whatever they got, and that's not allowed. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're going to be doing some SCDRA races coming up here, it doesn't matter where you're at. That even though I'm talking about the Northeast, they still go by the same rules as the main SCDRA, like the South region. So you can't do that. I guess there's been about 10, 15 cars that have had that passenger side window blocked off, and it's a safety reason because you roll over and you need to get out. You can get out of the passenger side door. The passenger side window. I keep saying door. So them are the only two things I have. You guys got anything?
Not really. Our series, both of the series around here on the Legend Car side have not released a schedule yet, so we're just kicking back, waiting on that. Ohio Valley Legend Car Series did say that it'll be February for their schedule to come out, so we're just waiting and going to put a schedule together after they both come out. So see what we're going to do.
We have
Okay.
2 confirmed tracks the Ohio Valley is going to, not by their announcement, but just because the
track.
the tracks themselves put out their schedule. Will be at Portsmouth, Atomic, and Brush Creek is on the Ohio Valley tour. So we'll have to wait and see what the rest of them are going to be including.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, I want to thank the official sponsors of the Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. First Guardian with Cold Mint. Make sure you check them out on Facebook and all the social media. Sports Race Cars. Check them out as well. And we will catch everybody next week, same time.
Worldwide.